get this straightened out, we ought to ask council to hold up on anything that's going on.
Okay, it is 5:05, Tuesday, February 22nd, and let's call this meeting to order.
Roll call. Marcus Block,
Here.
Andy Green,
Here.
Charlie Campbell, Leah Argyle, Don Barnhart.
Here. Charlie and Leah say that they'll be here. Let's go ahead and review the minutes from our last meeting, which was way back last year. Okay, so, and then I'm kind of new at leading a meeting here, so
You're long.
I'll just jump right into, 1,500 trees. Can I pass the first and second numbers there, or?
So you can pass the minutes all together.
Okay,
Just
Normally-
ask if there's any additions or corrections.
okay,
If there's not, we.
all right.
Yeah.
Did you have anything on them, Doug, to call on the minutes?
I don't either, so any,
I'll move the minutes as read.
okay,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
All right, very good. And item number 3, we've got Tree City status renewed.
I don't have much to say on that, other than our Tree City status was renewed for 2022. So we submitted our application at the end of last year, and it was approved at the beginning of this year. So our second year as a Tree City.
Great. Proud to be a part of it.
We don't break any more laws.
Moving on to item number 4 here, the tree preservation ordinance. And Teresa printed out this memo.
So I'll just
Right.
give a quick rundown for the record. That there was a case in the Supreme Court, and they determined that some parts of our tree preservation ordinance are unconstitutional. So we are currently having our city attorney review our current preservation ordinance, and he's going to suggest some new wording that will bring it back in, make it legal again. I'm gonna talk to him here very soon. I wanna get that done soon, just like Marvin suggested, cause we have some projects coming down the line. So I might even email that to you guys for your review before the next meeting, so that we can, review it pretty quickly at the next meeting and get it voted on.
If it's necessary, do you have any idea how soon they'll get it back from the lawyer's office?
I'm hoping this week.
If I get it back this week, would you guys be opposed to having a special meeting and getting this passed so we don't hold anybody up?
Okay.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
The other thing I'm gonna suggest is, it might sound a little drastic, but I would suggest to council, that would ask zoning to hold up any large expansion or anything in town until we get this done. Hopefully have it done within 30 to 45 days. I don't think it'll hold anybody up, but without this, they could go in and wholesale cut a bunch of trees.
Right.
And when they done that before, I don't know how many good trees is in there. They mostly look like scrub, but I know they cut some 6 and 8 inch trees over in, what's the name of that, Creekside?
Oh, Creekside.
In Creekside, they just went in there and clear cut that all down to the dirt. And I know some of these trees is gonna be a problem to the builders, but I don't think we should let them go in there and just wholesale slaughter everything down to the ground.
Yeah.
Try
Right.
to work with them if we can. I would make the motion that we, ask council if they could hold up permits on development for 30 to 45 days until we get this straightened out with the attorney's office.
Do you think we can get it straightened out within 35, 40 days? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, our attorney didn't seem to think that it would take that much. He just said he'd review the wording and get some new suggestions over to me, so I don't think it would be, it doesn't seem like it would be too hard to do
Right.
that.
Okay, so you're expecting to hear back either this week or next week, and then as soon as we get that with the suggestions, we can approve it and then put it in place? Does planning and zoning have to then approve it and put it in place, or can it?
This is just be
Well,
approved by
no, you can
council.
forward,
Okay,
council would have to vote on it because it's an ordinance, but you can forward it to council without forwarding it to planning and zoning.
okay, without having a formal meeting?
Planning and,
Well, you would have to have a formal meeting to make a motion, yeah.
Sure,
But we
okay,
can do a special meeting.
all right,
if we pass this to council and council adapts it, then they send it to zoning. More or less as
A rule for zoning to follow.
yeah, that's, I was trying to look for the right word.
How does this fall into line with the other, not zoning, but the group that looks at like the aesthetics and everything of places?
Design standards.
Design, does the tree commission fall into that at all, that they look at that?
No,
That's mostly on the structure of the building and the, materials that's gonna be used on the structure.
Okay.
okay,
Got a motion on the floor, we need a second.
right,
I'll second.
I wanna clarify the motion. Marvin, you said the motion is to ask council to hold off issuing permits for new.
New development until, for 30 to 45 days until we get this tree issue straightened out with the attorney's office. I think most council members are aware of what's going on.
Okay. All right. Second, Phil?
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, let's talk about item number 5, Arbor Day planning. And 2022 is gonna be our 150th celebration.
yep, so 2022 is the 150th year since Arbor Day was declared a holiday of observance, so, the Arbor Day, National Arbor Day Foundation is sort of making a big deal out of it. They have some resources available, so I was wondering if you guys, the past 2 years, we've had our Arbor Day celebrations in the fall because of COVID. And the first year, we didn't get this board set up until, right around April. This year, our April 29th is the Arbor Day celebration, so, National Arbor Day celebration, so we don't necessarily have to have our celebration on that day, but just wanted to see if you guys wanted to, if you think we have enough time, if you have any ideas about what you wanna do.
Got a couple ideas. One, of course, is to plant a tree, but there's a possibility that the old firehouse might get taken down. They've got several prospects that are due in when the first of the month,
Yeah.
1st of March, and they'll decide what they're gonna do with it. My idea for Arbor Day, once they make that decision, if the firehouse comes down and it goes back to grass, what would you guys thinking of planting a tree where the old firehouse is located now?
We'd have to see what the plans are, kinda like what you said, for that area, but I think that's a pretty good idea. Would that be a little aggressive to plan that in 2022?
I mean, will it be torn down that fast?
It could be, You're right, it could be a little aggressive.
Maybe that's a good site for a future Arbor Day.
What about here at the town building?
Yeah, we can plant one here. We could plant one out there or
We needed a
a new one.
tree out there
front.
or one out front here. Why don't we just go ahead and do that and forget the firehouse right now?
Okay, and then at our last meeting, I think most of us were interested in trying to target April instead of, putting it off till the fall. So, do we wanna just kind of earmark putting a tree out here? Cause I think we did discuss an oak
Yeah.
out front, maybe on this side of the building, and
Tell you what, if we decide
be
to
the
do
west
that,
side.
Andy, I'll take you over to the wholesale house and get it, if you'll supervise planting it. Help with that, Jack will help with it,
Okay,
and you kinda take over that, but I'll take my truck and we'll go to the wholesale house and pick one up, unless you wanna order it through that company, Bailey.
Nope, that's fine.
Okay.
You're talking about Acorn Farms?
Yeah,
Okay. Uh, So we can discuss, I mean, we're talking about an oak. Are we thinking basically whatever they have that's ready to go?
they'll have several
Yeah.
different styles. I think if we just kinda leave, how about we leave that up to Andy to pick one out? He's the arborist, he knows what's gonna last 400 years.
Something that's gonna last at least 100 years.
Well, I think that an oak, any way you go in that direction, a red oak, because Johnstown is red in color, mascot colors, a red oak out there might be
Be
nice.
pretty.
Yeah.
I'll take him over if you trust him
Yeah, I
to pick
trust
one out. And we'll work with Jack's crew to get it planted.
Okay.
I'm partial to oak, so
Bailey can come out and cut the ribbon.
Yep,
That sound enough?
Yep.
And Teresa can water it.
And what day of the week is?
April 29th is a Friday.
Okay. So,
You let me know what time of day works for you. I'll be here all day.
okay. Do we want to? I mean, as far as an Arbor Day celebration,
would we wanna do it like Saturday, April 30th? Maybe get
Can
more
do
people,
that.
more people that,
yeah. How much of an event, or would we just say, hey, we're gonna plant a tree and have a ribbon, and the mayor's gonna read a proclamation for Arbor Day?
That's what we've done in the past. Not necessarily cutting the ribbon, but the mayor reads the proclamation. But
Yeah.
we can invite whoever you want to invite. If you want to focus on the school kids, we can invite school kids and their families. Really just keep in mind that it's 2 months away. So I can't, if you guys are interested in ordering any, like the Arbor Day Foundation has last year I gave away pins to the school kids. The year before that I did like a reusable water bottle. So we can order some of those, or we can just, invite families to hear the proclamation and maybe have their kids help throw some dirt on it, which is what we did at the school last year. It's really up to you guys.
Do we want to make a spectacle of it, or do we want to make it easy and low maintenance?
I wouldn't call it a spectacle. I would call it any time that you can get the kids involved. Even if you just get 10 kids show up.
Mm-hmm.
That's 10 kids that's interested, and they'll take that memory with them, and they'll remember it. And you probably got some good memories from school, other than
Yeah.
just the beatings you got.
I might contact Ashley over at the Presbyterian school here
That's a good idea too.
about the preschoolers.
They still have their daycare.
Okay.
I know Saturday, they're not in session on Saturday, but
I
think she can
personally, if
help
you
organize
guys
it.
could make it, I'd like to see it on Friday so we could have more school kids.
Okay.
Like right after school, or
during,
What time can you be here on Friday?
well,
I don't have a schedule.
Gotcha.
What about you, Donnie?
I work from home.
That Friday in particular is going to be. I would not be able to be here during work hours. It'd have to be after work hours. I don't necessarily have to be here.
Well, you can plan it on Thursday. Wednesday or Thursday, we can plan it. Have
Okay.
it plan it, it doesn't matter. What do you think about doing it on Friday, Bailey? You think you'd get more kids here, or?
If we did it right after, I'm not sure, just because parents need to drive their kids. So I really couldn't say. I don't know.
I'll tell you what. We trust Bailey's judgment.
Mhm.
We want her to make a couple calls to the school, and you can make one up to the church and see where you can get them coordinated together.
Okay.
And we'll do it that way. Let you two make the decision.
Okay.
That sound fair?
That sounds good. Whatever.
I'll let you
date-
know what time works best for her, and then whatever time works, what you find out, and we'll try to.
Okay.
Whatever date
And then
makes sense.
we can keep those dates, in our minds, and then at the next meeting, we can pick one for sure. Because the next meeting will be a month beforehand. That's still enough time to make sure it's all set up
Okay.
and on the calendar.
If it's on Saturday, you can bring your husband to help shovel dirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we want to talk about this specific site of that right now, or just that it's going to be on the west side?
You're making
The
it more
lawn out
difficult.
here?
You're making it more difficult than it has to be.
Okay. All right. Yep.
We'll go out there and gauge it around and think, well, someday they might add on here, or we might put a pond here. Try to put what's a reasonable place where we can see
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
If you wanna call me or email me if you wanted to like run up maybe one day. I can meet you out here, or Jack and I can meet you out here,
Yeah,
just to sort of look around. And we'll do an oops too when you decide your location.
sure, okay, great. That sounds good. We'll be in touch on that.
Okay.
Okay, item number 6, the trailhead tree.
So last year we trimmed it up and cut off some dead limbs so that it was safe. And the arborist mentioned maybe putting some cables in. So I wanted to put that in your mind as a project that we could do this year if you are still interested in that. I can't remember what he said about the price. Do you?
I
you
don't.
Marvin?
Is it because of the risk of it falling?
Yeah.
I thought he said seven.
Or splitting?
$800.
I think there is a
You need
split.
2 or 3. Did he say $700 or $800 a piece and we needed 2 or 3?
The $800 sounds familiar, but I'm not sure.
And then I can check.
Okay. And if you guys are interested, I could just ask him to put a quick quote together for us, and I can bring that to the next meeting.
Donnie asked, and from what I remember, there is a split there, so the cables would kind of pull that together and keep it from splitting
Okay.
any further.
Yeah, just addressing any more possible problem areas and trying to keep some weight off of the heavy branches.
Okay.
I think he was gonna address the split and then some of the heavy branches he was gonna try to tie up in.
Is it a pretty old tree?
It's
250 years old.
yeah,
Okay.
He said it was a fine specimen of a tree.
Yeah.
One of the nicest ones he's seen.
it's beautiful. And then, so I believe that the dog park, the fence is
It was around.
is around, so it's within the dog park.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is nice. If
Yeah.
people would clean up their dog mess.
If we do decide to hire him to put cables in this year, I'd just go up probably 24 hours ahead of time and say that the dog park will be closed for the day or just the morning, depending on how long it is. And then we can open both of those gates so his truck can fit through.
I think since we chose him to be the arborist for the village, I think you can just go ahead and get a price from him and go ahead and have it done, Bailey.
Okay. I
When
mean, it's probably within our budget, but
When we worked on it before, we had checked around the different people. We got tree trimmers and we got all these different things, but we wanted an arborist. And he was the one that Daza's Arboretum recommended, if
Yeah.
you remember.
Yeah.
yeah.
Highly, highly recommended. And he was good here in town. He done, didn't he do everything he told us he would do?
Yeah, and he did a good job.
Cleaned up, took care of it. So if you guys are comfortable with that, we can just have Bailey tell him to come and do it when
Yep.
he can.
Okay, that's fine.
I think that's a good idea.
Since
Okay.
you got all the time in the world, Bailey.
Yeah.
Okay, and then one more time, what is
After the
the arborist's name?
His name is Randy.
Bigelow. No, it's not big.
It's Randy. I want to say it's Randy Ruggles.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
it is. Ruggles.
Very good. And item number 7, other business.
That's all I could think of.
I think the most important thing on our agenda right now, moving forward, is planning the Arbor Day celebration, getting the tree procured. And Marvin, what would be a good time to get that in our possession and on the ground somewhere?
It's gonna be a real tight time. Let me call over there and see. You tell me the type you want.
Okay.
How much do we have to spend, Bailey?
We have $10,000.
Oh, we have down to.
Well, how big can do we want to go with it? I
We
mean,
don't wanna go more than 2.5,
okay,
3 inches at the most.
okay, so gotcha.
Jack's got a backhoe that we can dig it. If you get one much bigger than that, it takes so much care
Yeah,
to
understood.
keep it going.
Okay, well then let's target a 2.5, 3-inch caliper red oak.
2.5 to 3 inch caliber.
Okay.
And then the details of the event will
Start
develop.
working on some things,
Let me,
yeah.
since we got some park money left, let me ask you guys a couple questions. I am, simple fact, we lost several of them due to not watering and the hot and heat off of the street. I'm not satisfied with the way the silk lilacs are turning out on Coshocton Street. If we could get enough help or move those trees, what do you think would be the best alternative? Is to offer them to the people that live there to move them back in their yard, or to take them and put them in the park over there, or put them in the trailhead? We
Just
just
don't think they're gonna survive there?
we just don't have enough space, and there's too many rocks in there.
Mhm.
It's gonna, as they mature, and that ground gets drier and drier with the truck traffic and stuff, it just,
I mean, I think since their land was taken to offer to the people first,
put them back in their
they
yards.
put it back in their yards, but I bet you have over less than half take it and then put the rest in the park, or?
What do you think, Bailey?
I think that's fine.
Okay. We appropriated money last year to do a walk, a cement walk, and then there was gonna be an arch in the park over on Coshocton Street. Now, we're gonna go to the Mary Babcock Foundation, try to get some more money for that park. I mean, it's a big arch, a nice arch like you'd see downtown or somewhere, that was donated. If we can get the rest of that done and the sidewalk put through the park, I don't know if you know the one I'm talking about.
I
It
don't.
goes, do you know where the,
Hannah's Park.
Hannah's Park is, where they
Yes.
got the playground equipment? It goes from Coshocton Street back through there between two houses back into that.
So there'd be access from Coshocton Street then?
There is now, yeah.
Oh, is there really?
There's just not a sidewalk. It's just a grass strip.
We always come around the back way too.
Yeah, so there's a
Yes.
grass strip there that you can walk through,
Okay.
but you just wouldn't really know because it's just still grass. So we were thinking about putting a sidewalk in.
That'd be cool.
Over here, you know where I feel bad turning my back to you, Bill.
It's okay.
Over here on Pratt Street, where the guy does the kitchen counters and things,
Mhm.
and has a stone, he had a arch, is it 10 or 11 foot wide?
I'm not sure.
I think it's 10 foot wide, maybe 11 foot wide, and it's a big arch. And what we wanted to do, Susan drew up a plan, I don't have it with me. Susan that owns the old horseshoe drew up a plan to put two two posts, cover those posts with stone, and put this arch on it.
Mhm.
And then have a sidewalk go under that arch, put the arch back from the sidewalk that's there now, put it back a little ways. And then, along that sidewalk, trying to get that sidewalk to come off or to lay to the left of that lot and place some trees along it and some benches. But if we can't get all that done this year, what do you think about taking the extra lilacs and stuff that we got, the silks, and planting them over the trailhead around the dog park? And I've got some stone over there that come out of the junior high school. They had it down in Newark, and I went down there and bought, I think I had $1,500 in the stone. I'm not asking for the money back, I just want the stone used here in Johnstown. And what it was, you know how the brick come down, and it had a water ledge
Mhm.
that come out and kind of rounded, and then it was stone under that. It's those pieces that was a water ledge.
Okay.
Were they made for benches? No.
You could use them.
Huh?
You could use
They're
them.
about 4 inches thick, and anywhere from 3 to 5 foot long, and they're about that wide. We could use them for benches. I think they'd look good around the dog park over there. We might have to take them and get them dressed up a little bit.
Mhm.
And I would say that would be a good use of some of our funds if we have to get those dressed up and the legs made for them and install them over there. I think it'd really look sharp around the dog park.
Yeah.
I think some of those trees at Hannah's Park would be good too, cause you have the trees where the residents living on that one side, but the frontage to the street, there's nothing.
Yeah,
And maybe a couple of those there would look nice.
yeah. I'd like to, I'll bring that plan in the next time and show it to you. I'd like to place that arch kind of toward the center of the lot, and then have the sidewalk. You'd go through the arch on the sidewalk, and then kind of trail it back to the park, so you'd have more green space on the right instead of the sidewalk. And it'd be easier for them to mow. But I think it would, Jack and I talked about that, and we approved the money for the sidewalk. And at the time, we held off on it because the Mary E. Babcock Foundation had kind of spent all their funds last year.
Mhm.
And they said there'd be more funds available this year. And if we show that and go give them a presentation, they might pay for the labor for putting that stone in, since we've got the materials. I've got the cement block that the piers could be built on. And we've got just about enough materials to do it. It's getting the labor to put the arch up and the cement. You remember what that cement was gonna cost us? Was it about $30,000?
I think so.
So, we're talking a nice looking area over there, and I think it'd be a great improvement for the town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there something currently on that area where the sidewalk would go right now? Like a parking lot or?
There's some gravel in there where the driveway used to be,
Mhm.
but it's not a parking lot.
Okay.
Jack discourages a parking lot there because, if you put a parking lot there, everybody'd be pulling in on the grass.
Yeah,
and
no, I was just trying to look at the picture where that area we were thinking at would be.
You know where the coffee shop is?
Mhm.
There's 1, 2, 3. There's 3 houses and then the vacant lot, I think.
Okay.
That's it right there.
That's where I was looking at. That's where I thought, so.
See, and it goes right back into Hannah's Park.
That would be incredible.
I mean, it would give us one of those little niche parks in town,
Yeah.
a walking park.
Mm-hmm. I think
And I mean, I have little kids that go to that park, and I know a lot of people go from there to the coffee shop, but I don't think many people realize you can walk there. They go around.
Around down the street.
Yeah, they go up and around to the coffee shop where if that was there, people would.
Yeah.
Maybe we ought to make that one of our goals this year, to get that done.
Yeah. That would be a good addition.
It'd be nice looking from the street too. I mean, you see it, and
All that. If you guys want to go over and see that thing, sometimes I'll take you over. It's laying over there in the stone yard.
on
It's-
Pratt Street.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous looking thing. I think.
yeah, I like that idea.
Okay, good idea. All right, so let's make a note to revisit that. Stone Arch in Hannah's Park. And a game plan for transplanting those ivory silk lilacs.
Let's, give me until the next meeting. I'll see if I can go talk to those people one at a time.
Because
Two at a time.
okay, we'd give them the first option,
Yeah,
and then people who don't claim them,
or don't want them.
yeah, we can reclaim them.
Yeah.
How many trees are there?
There's 30 some.
Okay.
Okay, is there any other,
I tell you what, if people want them in their yard, we'll try to take care of putting them up in their yard. Or if they want them left alone, we'll leave them alone. I don't wanna make the residents mad. But, I just don't think some of them just wanna make it there. And I'll tell them that.
well, are we gonna offer to plant them in their yard, or are we just gonna offer to uproot them out of that median area and then,
And they can plant
and then
them.
they can plant them?
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Okay. We'll offer them the tree and ask them to move it.
or at least we can come through there and get it up out of the ground.
Yeah.
and then say, hey, here's your tree, you put it where you wanna put it. Okay, is there any other business?
Our next meeting is March 22nd.
Great.
And, I'll move if you second it, Danny, that Andy bring pizza next meeting.
And I'll email you guys, to schedule a special
What kind of pizza
meeting.
we want?
I like taco with all the fixins. Teresa's down for a taco.
That's what my wife likes, from Villa.
Bailey, do you have a list of so March 22nd, and then can you remind us the next couple after that?
I scheduled them for the 4th Tuesday of
Okay.
every month
Great.
until I think we agreed that our last meeting would be October or November, probably October, unless you guys decided you wanted more, but right now I have them on the calendar for the 4th Tuesday of the month at 5.
Okay. You done?
I think we're done.
I've got some other business to bring up. I would, usually these chairman's jobs are for 2 years, but I'd like to step down. One of you guys wanna take it? I don't wanna quit the tree commission, but I'd just like to step down as chairman.
I think Andy'd be great. He's got the knowledge.
I'll nominate him.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thanks,
I'm the
Donnie.
chairman here, folks.
Andy was our co-chair, so now we have a co-chair spot open. Do you wanna be the co-chair? Or do
I'll
you want
let
us
that
to
Donnie-
ask
Donnie do
Andy,
it.
Charlie or Leah next time?
I'll do
Let's,
it.
let's do it. You wanna do it?
Yeah.
I'll nominate
Yes.
Donnie.
I second.
Yes,
All right. All those in favor?
yes.
Donnie, co-chairman. Very good.
All right, great.
A motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll move we adjourn.
All right. All those in favor?
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right,
I'm
thanks,
sorry, repeat you.
everyone.
Very good.
Andy, I'll be in touch, and everybody keep an eye on your emails in case, hopefully we'll schedule a special meeting here soon.
Okay.
When you send those out, say when the meeting is, do you want us to respond if we're coming or just if we're not coming?
You can just respond if you're not coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Hey, thank you.
You young people gotta start doing that.